Hello beautiful people, and welcome back to another video. My name is Danny, and on this channel we talk about everything bettering ourselves from the inside out. So if bettering yourself is something you're into, then hit the subscribe button so you never miss a video with me. Today I wanted to talk about how important it is to figure out what you truly want. And I know that this can be so just like vast, right? This topic can be giant, ginormous. And what I wanted for myself, I had to really do a lot of getting in touch with myself and what I wanted and what I needed. This has a lot to do with you really doing the work and going internally. It's going to take quite some awareness for you to understand this wasn't just brought into my life and dumped on me and I took it upon myself versus I chose it. There is something called the known zone. A known zone is just basically, you know what's going to happen. Your parents had told you what to believe. Their parents told them what to believe. Your parents had told you use this for when you get sick. Their parents told them that, and their parents told them that. It's this whole entire dynamic between our generations that have taught us things. And yes, some things are very valuable, but this is why it's very important for you to put your whole life into perspective and to see where you want to make the changes and where things don't align to what you want in life and who you want to be. I took the time for myself to step out of this known zone and try to curate my life in a way that feels really, truly authentic to myself. So I invite you to take some time and step out of this known zone. So how do we do this? The first thing I did was I made a list of my life and the things that I didn't feel were quite up to par with what I wanted. Whether it be I had, my finances, I had my physical self, I had my career goals, my relationships, my friendships, the way I wanted my house to be, just every single topic. And I went through each one and I was looking at it. This is where I'm lacking here. This is where I'm lacking here. And I looked at my whole entire life as I have it written down on these papers in like this weird way of looking at my accomplishments and where I'm lacking. And I decided, where can I make this shift? Where do I have too many outside opinions? Or where have I been taught something that I don't agree with anymore, that I've completely grown out of? So in order for someone to change, they have to want it, but they also have to look at things as a whole. Like whatever it is, whatever the subject is that they're trying to change, find out why. What is it that's not aligning to you? Let's say it's fitness. But say you're the type of person, when you're growing up, your family served you giant servings, right? Made you overweight. Everybody else in your family is overweight. Everybody eats large portions, right? Taking that awareness, taking that realization, and putting it into an actionable plan, slowly start to reduce your portion sizes to where it's healthy. You're still feeling satiated, you're still feeling satisfied. However, you're taking this giant meal and slowly reducing it. And that's what I mean by unlearning. In this scenario, this person is taught big portions are normal because everybody in my family has big portions. That's just the way we do it. We've always eaten big portions. Maybe they don't get a lot of outside time being around other people, but they just see this portion that's this big is normal. If you have that idea and you realize, like, I'm trying to be on my fitness, I'm trying to be on my weight loss and just like get myself healthier, have better mobility, just feel better, look better, you're gonna have to look at all areas, and that includes what you're eating, how much you're eating, what are the products you're eating. Because like if you have a giant meal of a bunch of pasta and a bunch of bread and a bunch of whatever, and then over here you have a bunch of like a giant meal, a giant serving size of a bunch of vegetables and a bunch of protein, and it's the difference of the two. So there's a lot of looking and being aware of what it is that you're currently doing and realizing that you don't have to have big portions if you don't want to. You could slowly minimize them. You can change the food from something that might be considered unhealthy to something that's a little bit more healthy, and just really look at it and get out of your known zone. You don't have to be there. but it's going to take some awareness, and it's going to take some diving in and figuring out what you believe. Or you're going to have people who are not going to like these changes, whatever it is. Whether it's you want to go to therapy and everybody in your family is like, only crazy people go to therapy, which, I mean, it's getting a little bit better now in 2025. I think people are becoming more open to the idea that we want to heal our traumas, and there are many different forms of therapy, so it doesn't have to be just the standard therapy. People are becoming more open to it, but there are still people that are going to have the problem with you wanting to change your life for the better, and sadly, those people could be people close to you. And those people are the people that will stay stuck, ready to look at themselves. They're not ready to look in the mirror. Our life is a projection of what we believe. Our life is a mirror of our beliefs and what we consider to be real in our life. That's why it's so important to look at your life and see where it's not aligning, where things are coming up short, where it's just not exactly where you want it to be, and change it. Unlearn the bullshit that you've learned, step out of that known zone, and curate your life better and more aligned with your best self. To put this into steps, right? We're going to take step one. Step one, looking at your life as a whole. Like I've said this multiple times throughout this video, you're gonna have some, maybe even if it's in your notes app on your phone, or get out a piece of paper and a pen, your computer, whatever you want to do, put your life into sections. Whether it's your relationships, if you've never had a healthy relationship, why? What have you been taught? What kind of relationships have you been shown throughout your entire life? There has to be something here linking you to these terrible relationships you've been into, and this is the best time to take that mirror, hold it right up to yourself, and be like, what am I doing? What am I playing in this story? Like, who am I? What do I believe? If you believe that all men or all women are untrustworthy, that's something to look into and figure out why. Is this just something that you've been taught over time? Is this something you've seen? You're going to have to do the work, lay out your life, and figure out where is it coming up short. Take that section of whatever it is, relationships, fitness, whatever it is, break it down, figure out what is going on. If your entire life is too much to look at one time, which I know it can be, find the one thing that you'd love to just upgrade right now. Do you want to maybe get in shape before summer? Do you want to learn how to do the splits and get more mobility and stretch and work out and move your body and feel youthful again? Do you want to eat healthy so you know you're not curating any type of nastiness inside of your body? These things are stuff to look at and see, where do you need to unlearn everything you've been taught before and find a new way of doing it? Because clearly this old way is not working. Which brings me to step two, which is get really detailed. What are your beliefs? Do you want to have a better spiritual practice? Do you want to get in touch with God? Maybe your family, you were brought up atheist. Like, I just don't feel right. All my life it's been this weird pull to pretend like that's what's real to me. But then now we have this age of information and everything's at our fingertips, and we're able to see that, no, I actually do believe in God. I do believe in a higher power. Maybe it's not God. Maybe you believe in this. Maybe you believe in that. But it's the point is to figure out what is it that you believe. And at this it's crucial. Don't have any outside opinions. Just listen to yourself. Even if you have to take a moment, sit with yourself, take a deep breath, and just tell yourself, okay, what do I believe? And you know what's crazy about it? Is like, it might not come to you right that second. You might be like, okay, I'm sitting here, it's kind of blank, nothing's really happening. And then later on down maybe this in the next week, you're driving and you're like, whoa, that's what I believe. I believe in a higher power. I believe that there's so much more to this world that we don't know. I believe that I want to get in touch with my spirituality, and I want to align how I'm feeling right now to this knowledge and like link them together, so that way it's like I'm curating my spirituality and my beliefs into the best way possible for me without any outside opinions. Biggest part of this. You don't need anybody else's input. You don't need anybody else's approval. You don't need anybody else's judgment. This is going to create a lot of self-esteem, like raising your self-esteem, gaining some confidence in your own beliefs and your own self is just by listening to yourself and really thinking like, does this make sense to me? Does it make sense for me, even though I was raised as, you know, whatever religion, does that make sense to me now? The whole point is that you are your own individual. Your own time here spent on this planet, this time and space, you need to believe what you believe so you can align to your best self. And step 3, this is obviously stepping into that version of yourself. What does it look like, right? Is that version somebody who is a spiritual person that was born atheist? Is that version someone who has a better, healthier choice of food versus this giant plate of pasta, which is okay sometimes, right? If that's what you believe. My whole point here is to sit with yourself and figure out, what do I believe? Once I did this for myself, it's so amazing to feel like you can tell me whatever you want to tell me. I'm going to listen to you because that's just the type of person I am. I'm going to listen to what you have to say, but it doesn't mean I have to do it. It doesn't mean I have to agree with you. It doesn't mean that I don't have my own opinions and beliefs, because there was a point where me, myself, Danny, I would just listen to what somebody else said and I would be like, huh, okay. Yeah, I mean, that makes a lot of sense. And then it would just be my belief. And after some time, I'd be like, it would just drift away of whatever this thing was, because it didn't make sense to me. I didn't truly believe it. It didn't align with me. It wasn't authentic to me. So after I sat with myself and laid out this information, laid my life out, and I was like, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. You know what? I'm going to keep that one because I do believe that, and I really love that that's been taught and instilled into me at such a young age, whatever it is, right? This is the whole point. I'm becoming authentic. I'm becoming who I am. And that's what I want for all of you. I want you to look in and see where things are coming up and they just don't make sense. Unlearn the bullshit and step into that version of you and allowing yourself to unlearn and release all these old habits. There's so many ways to do this because sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to like just immediately release them. Some things you're like, whatever, I don't really care. It hasn't like made such an emotional impact on you, but say the relationship stuff, something that's very much just in your face all the time, those are the type of things where maybe certain therapies would benefit you. Maybe journaling would benefit you. Maybe EFT, emotional freedom techniques, where you tap on your meridian point, telling yourself affirmations. Maybe hypnotherapy. Maybe meditating and realizing that sometimes you're wrong. You know, there are many ways to get through this and to unlearn the bullshit and to align with your best self. So many ways. And luckily for us, today we live in a just day and age full of information, full of so many things right on our cell phone. Say you want to start doing a martial arts. Say you want to start doing yoga or Pilates. Those are types of things you're going to have to look into and see, where can I find a Pilates class? What do I need for it? Those types of things, like the important questions. Try it out, see if you like it. If you like it, great. If you don't, move on. That's just like the most amazing thing about today, is that we get a choice. We get a choice. And I think being boldly yourself and stepping into your best, full of yourself, audacious, just like, I know who I am, bad bitch, man or woman. I love the idea of being like, thank you for your input. Thank you for your opinion. However, I know myself better. That's it, bottom line. And I know it's going to take some time for some people because it took me some time, but that's the whole point. That's the journey. Enjoy the journey. Step into this new version of yourself. And if you need any extra help, I have my book, which is right here. It's on Amazon. I have a journal. It's on Amazon. It's on Kindle. It's on barnesandnoble.com. You know what it's going to feel like. You know what it's going to feel like whenever it aligns, and you know what it's going to feel like when it doesn't. So get in touch with yourself, sit with yourself, unlearn the bullshit, and step into your best, most audacious, bold, bad bitch self. Thank you so much for getting through my video and listening and watching, and I love you. And again, I will put the link to my book in the description box below. Follow my socials. I'll post them up somewhere right here. And tune in next time because I have more videos coming on more crazy topics. So thank you. Until next time. Bye.